Winning the Powerball is like your biggest dream finally comes true. You are on top of the world, millions at your fingertips, feeling unstoppable. But just when you think you are set for life, Powerball slaps you with a bunch of ridiculous rules, which they have especially designed to make you suffer. So what absurd hoops do you have to jump through after winning the Powerball jackpot? What are those 9 crazy rules Powerball winners have to follow? Number 9. Keep your ticket safe or lose it all.
Edwin Castro.
The lottery announced Edwin Castro as the winner of the big prize and that he would collect a lump sum payment of $997 million.
Let's just say you win the Powerball. Millions of dollars are now yours. But if you lose that tiny slip of paper, game over. Yes, if your winning ticket goes missing, there is no way to claim your prize. Take the story of Martin Todd as an example. He won $5 million but lost his ticket. Despite searching everywhere and even requesting a replacement ticket from the officials, he never saw a penny of his winnings, just because he misplaced that tiny piece of paper. So if you win, treat that ticket like it is your new best friend. Laminate it, stick it in a bank vault. Heck, put it in a frame if you need to. Just don't leave it lying around. It is worth more than gold. Number 8. Redeem only in the state of purchase.
How does this sound to you? $1 billion with a B.
Sounds good.
That's how much money you could win in Michigan's lottery's newest scratch-off game.
Here is another rule that is hard to believe. If you win the Powerball, you cannot just cash in your ticket anywhere. You are only allowed to claim your winnings in the state where you bought the ticket. So, if you bought it during a vacation or work trip, guess what? You have to make another trip just to get your hands on that cash. Let's just say you purchased the winning ticket in Florida, but you live in California. In this case, you will have to fly back, all because of this odd rule. So, the lesson here is to either buy local or prepare to be a long-distance lottery winner. Number 7. Claim within a deadline.
Billionaires and Skid Row aren't two things that usually go together, but that's where someone really lucky bought the winning Powerball ticket with a jackpot of $1 billion. And could this woman be America's new billionaire? She showed up today at the convenience store where the ticket was sold, screaming so loud you could hear her for blocks.
Now you have to keep in mind that winning the Powerball is not just about picking the right numbers. You also have to claim your prize within a strict deadline. In most states, you have about 180 days to come forward, or that jackpot just disappears. This means you can lose millions simply because you don't show up on time. Take Jimmy Smith, for example. He was a retired security guard from New Jersey who won $24 million in 2016, but didn't realize it until nearly a year later, just 2 days before the deadline. Panic set in when he realized he was so close to losing it all. But thankfully, he claimed the prize on time. If he had waited just 2 more days, he would have been left with absolutely nothing. Now, doesn't that seem absurd? Number 6. Accept the reality of taxes. An even crazier rule is that winning big does not mean you get to keep it all. Each state takes its share. The worst thing is, it is no small cut. In New York, you will lose over 10.9% of your winnings to state taxes. Other states, like Maryland and Columbia, are not far behind, taking around 8 to 9%. But if you are lucky enough to live in states like California, Florida, or Texas, you dodge state taxes on your jackpot. If it sounds like a win to you, do not celebrate yet, because then there is the federal tax, which takes 24% right off the top. And depending on your income bracket, you might owe even more. So, winning millions does not mean pocketing it all. Taxes are always waiting. Number 5, payment options to choose from.
That's part of the
point
calculation.
here is it's a $500 million win, and the net present value right now is $327 million.
Yeah, which raises the question of, do you take that or do you take it in that 17 approximately million a year chunk?
Now, another dumb rule is that you only have 2 options for how you get your money. You would think with a jackpot that big, you would have more choices, but no. It is either a lump sum or an annuity. If you go for the lump sum, you get less than the advertised jackpot. since they cut a big chunk off for paying it all at once. On the other hand, if you choose the annuity, you get the full amount, but it is stretched out over 30 years. This means if you need all of your winnings, you have to wait decades. So you are stuck between a smaller check now or hoping for a long payout plan that might not even suit your needs. Number 4, prepare for public disclosure. Another frustrating rule is that in most states, you are required to reveal your identity if you win. This means your name, city, and prize amount are made public. The reasoning here is to keep the lottery process transparent and prevent fraud. But this rule also means everyone will know you have won, and this will attract unwanted attention, or worse, a line of long-lost friends and distant relatives suddenly needing a little help. Thankfully, some states like Delaware, Kansas, and Maryland allow winners to stay anonymous. But if you are not in one of those states, there is no choice. So, along with the prize, be ready for your name to be out there, whether you like it or not. Number 3, you can go incognito. Now the next one is not a dumb rule, it is actually a clever loophole. In some states, you are allowed to claim your winnings through a legal entity, like a trust or fund. This way, you can keep your identity hidden while still getting your prize. To do this, you will need to set up the trust with a lawyer, which can add some legal fees and paperwork. The drawback here is that it might take extra time and costs a bit, but it is worth it to avoid the public eye and keep your life as private as possible. Number 2, shield yourself with Sumi-Not insurance. This one is not an official Powerball rule, but one that Powerball winners have been following for years. They always get liability insurance, or what we call Sumi-Not insurance, after winning this lottery. Once people know you have won, you might become a target for lawsuits, whether valid or not. Liability insurance protects you from hefty payouts if someone tries to sue for any reason, from accidents to emotional damages. Setting up this insurance can give you a safety net, which keeps your winnings secure from unexpected claims. It is an extra expense, but for peace of mind with millions on the line, it is worth every penny. Number 1, build a safety net. In the end, this is one rule every lottery winner, not just Powerball, should follow. This rule states that you take a portion of your winnings and invest it wisely. Consider setting up a diversified portfolio, saving for emergencies, and planning for long-term stability. The truth is, around 70% of lottery winners end up bankrupt within the first 5 years. This means winning big does not guarantee lifelong wealth. It is smart planning that does that. So, if you don't want to be another statistic, make sure you follow this rule and build a solid financial safety net from day one. Which of these rules do you think is the most ridiculous one? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and maybe even a few tips on how to win yourself. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.